I'm going to hold this here because, yeah, no, I'm just going to put it on the table. So I want to talk today about these copper spirals. The spiral, look at that, the spiral, I know it's only light, but they are boiling hot, red hot. Now, since the rollout, I started hearing a high-pitched ringing. I started feeling waves go through me. I was having explosions go off in my head. I was getting loads and loads and loads of downloads. Like, it was almost like being in touch with source energy for a long time now, since I was a kid. Feeling the natural earth source energy, touching on clairvoyance, and you know, I went through a whole 30 plus years of being an intuitive, has led me to where I am now, which I feel I'm just an energy reader. I feel out the energies, and that's where I'm meant to be. But from 2020, the ringing in the ears, which perforated my eardrums 3 times, the downloads were unbelievable. There was one day we went to Dim Church, and I felt like every time somebody spoke, I was getting electric shocks from them. I actually took myself to hospital because it felt like just their voice, the vibration of their voice, was actually shocking me. Now, my field's always been quite big, not boasting, but if someone's slagging me off in Australia, I'll get a burning red ear because I've got like 2 lots of gypsy in me. Tinker, someone called me the other day, which I thought was really nice. But what I really wanted to, was I had somebody come up to me today and touch my headband. Well, they didn't touch it. They said, that's a really fucking good idea, and I know why you're wearing it, in a random town at a fair. Now, since let me rewind. First off, when they started rolling out, I was swelling up in the face to the point where I didn't know where I was or what the hell was going on. Why I was swelling up just around there, I couldn't put my finger on it. Now, obviously, 5 years down the line, moving from town to town, I know what the agenda is, if you like. You know, we are powerful, more powerful than we know. A dear friend said to me, we are powerful human beings, and we can manifest what the fuck we want. And that is what my readings are about. It's about using the planets and the energies, and, you know, to get us to our highest timeline and our highest capabilities. Now, I came off my meds for a week and tried to go holistic, and I literally felt like I was being electrocuted in my sleep. I was having convulsions, my head was in so much pain, I blew up like a balloon. The copper wasn't working, nothing was working. So I unfortunately had to make the decision to go back on my medication, and it's taken me 3 days to get back to where I was. I probably could do a reading, I might do a reading, but most importantly is that I want to share a little bit of information that my holistic therapist, I don't know what you call them, homeopath, told me that back in Atlantis, you know, whether you believe that or not is irrelevant, that, you know, we had all these abilities. Our pineal gland was online, right? We could just manifest things. We could talk to each other without actually using our throat chakra. I remember somebody saying, well, I remember actually back in when it was really bad, when they first rolled out, I got a message through saying use your gills, which were little gills in my neck. I thought to myself, that's interesting. Now, would that have been lineage back to Atlantis? I don't know. But use your gills, which means at one point we were amphibian and we would breathe through our necks. Now, what she said to me was, I find it really interesting that you've moved the bar up to the top of your head, because originally it was through the middle and it didn't feel comfortable. Now, the story goes, history shows, I don't know whether they found artifacts or not, but history shows that a small number of people who thought they were in power in Atlantis wanted to take away the Atlanteans' ability to be able, you know, to get rid of their powers. So what they done was they put metal across their third eye. Now, if you think about it, like kings and queens and that, the crown always sits around there. And their, you know, status, whatever you want to call it. When I look back on, like, Wonder Woman, right, she had the ability to, she had two shields round her wrists so that she could, you know, protect herself. She had a rope of truth, which meant that she could fling it at someone and they wouldn't be able to lie to her. But her Wonder Woman's crown was straight across the third eye. So that is apparently why or how they managed to subdue the Atlanteans, and then obviously once greed takes over, a natural disaster, a reset, whatever you want to call it, happens. And if you think about that and what is actually happening now, you know, it's very difficult. It almost feels like I personally, and these are all my own experiences, I feel like I get to a certain level and then it's almost like can't, you know, I used to lie in bed years ago and I could literally feel white light above my head. I could feel energy pouring down into me, and I find it really difficult now it's almost like there's a blockage and I did have my Auntie Lee come through and said, we can hear it over there. So the ringing is, I believe, personally, delta waves that they're pumping out, but it's not even about what it is. It's the fact that it is trying to distract us from being in the present moment, because we are most powerful when we are in alignment in the present moment. Now, I do believe that these, and I don't make them and sell them, I do know someone who does, but I'm not like, you know, I'm literally all about the collective and the well-being and us reaching our highest potential while we're here, and we only have this moment. So like I say, I did have them down here, but I moved them up because I believe that those two spots there are probably better for protecting the pineal gland, and I don't back the big one round the middle. Just to see that, I don't back the big one round the middle because it covers that bit, even though there's a crystal. So if you put a crystal there, that's fine, as long as it's got a hole You know, that's good. But copper, and the thing with this is, what I think happens is my electrical magnetic field spins round that, goes to that side, round that, and goes back, and it constantly has this wave going through it, which is, one, reducing my swelling, along with medication, unfortunately, but it's reducing my swelling, but it's also pushing shit away or turning it into whatever. Now, I do know, you know, that element of us, of reaching our highest potential, of creating our own realities, because if we all collectively got together and decided we're going to manifest our own reality, it wouldn't fucking look like, I mean, mine looks alright, but I mean, like, on the outside, you know, that all that shit would not be going on. And we have the power to actually do that. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of not being distracted, it takes a lot of self-control, it takes a lot of going in and facing parts of yourselves that you might not like. It takes, and I tell you, the worst part, not the worst part, but the hardest part is controlling the mental chatter. The mental chatter that, you know, is just programs that have been passed down from your parents, from grandparents, you know. Oh, no one in our family's ever done that. Oh, you're not supposed to, you know what, it's just breaking those lineage belief systems, and then we do that on the inside and watch it unfold on the outside. So my little live is more about protecting your pineal gland, boosting your electromagnetic field. I've got a machine in the corner there which is pumping out 7.83 hertz, which is the human resonance. Now that's off the scale at the moment, but I think that's the 5G that's done that. Obviously we've got solar flares, we've got massive planetary alignments, the sun's being covered up every day, probably most of the planets are being covered up every day, because the biggest threat to the fucking bullshit system, and you know, it's a tiny amount of people. Again, I saw this post the other day on Elon Musk, and everyone was like, oh, Elon, you're such a saviour, you know, I want to do what's best for humanity. You know, fuck off, do you? Well, you can start by taking all that fucking shit out of the sky. There's one good thing you can do for humanity, you know. And he wants us all transhuman. So why people look outside themselves for some fucking hero that's going to come along and fix your life? That's an inside job, and we've all got that ability to be able to do that. And the more that we can protect ourselves from the bombardment, it's through people like me who can actually hear it, feel it, and have physical ailments to be able to show it. Without that, you know, I can't, you know, I'm like, why the fuck? What the fuck am I doing here? You know, why is this happening? But I know it's part of the journey. It's part of, you know, being able to find resources and information, like what I found out the other day about the Atlanteans and the benefits of the copper. And you know, I've tried everything. I'm putting aluminium around my sleeping space so that my body gets a bit of a rest of a night time. And yeah, I do feel that if you know, whether well, and every time I do that it brightens up, they just look good. Everybody comes up to me and says, oh my God, that looks amazing. Not knowing that it's like permanently dented for the rest of my life. But look, you can see, I can see it. It's going right. You can see it. It's fucking, it's boiling hot. It's literally boiling hot to touch. And yeah, not across the third eye. No, unless it's got a hole and a crystal in it. And you are more powerful than you fucking realise. I love that.